In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the TI Nspire to analyze a graph. The first thing you're going to want to do is choose Graph right here, and if you have any graphs in your screen already, which I do, you can move the little hand to click on it, and pressing Delete will make them go away. I need to delete this line as well. Click on it, press delete right here. And now I'm going to enter a new graph. So I want to enter my function. I go to Menu, and then I choose Graph Entry Edit, number 3, and I'm entering a function. And it says f1 of x equals, and then I enter my function. In this case, negative x parenthesis x plus 3. Since I'm multiplying, I think I need a times symbol in between where I multiply. So I'm going to put in that little times. I need a times symbol here too. Okay, and then parenthesis x minus 1. Make sure you use the minus, not the negative sign when you enter subtraction. I need another multiplication symbol, and then parenthesis x plus 2. And then I press enter, and it should graph my function. If you ever have a window that you don't like, I can see most of what I think I need to see on this graph, but a good place to start is if you press Menu and then go to number 4, Windows Zoom. Window settings at the top allows you to enter the exact window settings you want, but a good place to start is with the standard window, which goes from -10 to 10 on the x-axis and about -7 to 7 on the y-axis. And I think that's good for this one. Sometimes you need to go lower or higher and adjust the window. If your function is kind of in the way of your graph and you don't want it right there, if you get the little hand shaped like this on the graph and then hold down your middle button, it pinches it, and then you can move it out of the way if you don't want it right there. So I'm going to put it up here just so it's kind of out of the way. And now I want to find my x-intercepts. So I go to Menu and Analyze Graph. Oops. And in Analyze Graph, this time we're going to choose, for x-intercepts we choose zeros. Another word for x-intercepts is zeros. And it gives you this vertical line. And if I want to find this x-intercept over here on the left, I need to move the little hand to the left of that x-intercept, and I click the middle button, and then I move it just to the right of it, and you can see the graph kind of spreads and highlights that x-intercept. I press the middle button again, and it gives me the point. And you can again pinch it. If you get the hand shaped like this on there and then hold down the middle button, it pinches it, and you can move it to the side so you can read it better. Okay, so we got the point -3, 0 for one of the x-intercepts, which I will write on my paper. Okay, then I do the same thing to find the next x-intercept, so Menu, Analyze Graph, 0. And the next one over, I want to be to the left of it, where it says lower bound, and then when it says upper bound, I move over to the right of it, it highlights it, I press the middle button, and we get -2, 0 again. I'm going to pinch it and move it out of the way so I can see it better. So that one was -2, 0. And then I find the next one the same way. When Analyze Graph, 0. I go to the left of it, to to the right, press the middle button. Looks like that one's at the origin, 0, 0. And last x-intercept, menu, analyze graph, 0. And move to the left of it. And then to the right. And I accidentally just found the one I found before, which is not what I wanted. So I'm going to do escape and try that again. Menu, analyze graph, 0. I just need to be a little bit to the left of it. Press the middle button, move over to the right of it, and there it is. And that's the 0.10. I'm going to pinch it, move it a little bit. So I found all my x-intercepts. And now to find a y-intercept, we're going to go to menu. And I deleted all those x-intercepts so we can see clearly. And we're going to go to trace this time. Trace or graph trace is what I'm going to choose. That allows you to enter any x value and it will give you a point there and tell you the corresponding y value on the graph. And for a y-intercept, it's the y value when x equals 0. Now we actually already found this point because we found the point 0, 0 was an x-intercept. That's also a y-intercept. But just to show you how to do it in case it's not at the origin, you go to menu, graph trace, and you just enter in the x value you want. So I'm going to write, I just typed 0. And x equals 0 popped up. And if you press enter, it gives you the point where x equals 0. And if you go click on that point, oh, down here it tells you it's the point 0, 0. So it shows you right here. So that would be the y-intercept. And now for local max and local mins. Local maxima and local minima are like the tops of the mountains, these 2 points, and the bottoms of the valleys, so high points and low points. And to find those 3 points, I'm going to go to menu, down to analyze graph, and for maximum points, I choose maximum. And if I'm trying to find this maximum point right here, I just have to be to the left of it. I press the middle button, and then I move over to the right of it. Press the middle button, and it gives me that high point. And again, you can pinch the point and move it so you can read it better. Okay, so we get negative 2.58, comma 2.25, and there's another maximum point over here, and I'm going to find that one the same way. Menu, analyze graph, and maximum. And again, I have to be to the left of it, press the middle button, move over to the right of it, press the middle button. This time I don't think I need to pinch it because I can see it just fine. And so I copy down the point. 0.58. And 2.25. And then local minimum, same way. Menu, Analyze graph, I choose minimum, number 2. And for lower bound, I move to the left of it. And then to the right of, oops, I didn't get the button. And to the right of it, it highlights the point so I can see that I'm finding the right point. And then I'm going to pinch it so I can read it better. And move it over a little bit. And it's the point -1, -4. That's this low point right there. And there we found all the critical points. The last thing you want to do is draw your graph as detailed as you can and as accurately as you can, labeling all the critical points. So my lowest x-intercept was -2.5, so I'm just going to label maybe 3 or maybe 5 tick marks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll go up to 5. Oops, 5 that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want to get my points. I need to label my scale -5 to 5, -5 to 5. And I had a point at the origin. That was one of my x-intercepts. I had one at -3. -2, and 1. There's all the x-intercepts. The y-intercept was also the point at the origin, so I've already labeled that. I had a maximum point at -2.58, 2.25. So about right here. And I had another maximum point at 0.58, 2.25, about right there. And then I draw the shape of the graph going through those points. Oops, I forgot to label my minimum accurately, which should have been at -1, -4. So it should have been down a little bit lower. And of course, I should erase that, but oh well. Okay, and then you would also want to label your ordered pairs for all of these, but I'll let you guys do that on your own. And that's it.